Okay, y'all, so I really want to be excited for what the MCU has coming up, but recently they ain't been moving me. Let's get into it. All right, so before we get into the video, my Patreon page is live. It's up. There you'll get Patreon exclusive videos, okay? One is already up there. I did a video talking about 10 cool shows that I think y'all need to watch. They're underrated. You probably have not heard of them, but I really enjoyed them. Only the patrons will be able to see that video. It's already up on my page. You'll get access to behind the scenes content, vote on the content topics. Also on Patreon, I did a dramatic reading of an excerpt of my upcoming book that will be self-published. It is a sequel, by the way, to Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King. It's called Zeraxia, The Vengeance of Coldwind. It will be out later this year. I'm going to make an audiobook of it as well. So the dramatic reading that is on Patreon is just to get a feel for what the audiobook will sound like. So yeah, very excited. Like I said, reaching 10K subs is really amazing. Can't thank y'all enough. Yeah. So y'all already know we got a few things coming out. They did like diminish the amount of stuff that they're doing per year just because, I mean, at this point, y'all, something had to give. Y'all were spread way too thin, and we felt it. So they're like, all right, we're going to cut down on the releases that we have every year. And the first one I'm going to talk about is this whole Deadpool movie, right? And I think at this point, we already know that there are going to be so many cameos, which I think that ruins the fun anyway, when we're like going into a movie knowing all the characters that are about to like show up as cameos, like, because all the leaks and stuff, like we already go into it knowing. And I think, honestly, that is part of MCU's or Marvel's advertising like campaign is to just say, hey, we know our movie's been kind of lukewarm, but don't you like seeing this one hero that you saw a couple of times in your childhood? They're coming back, don't you? Like, at this point, there are going to be so many cameos that we know that they cannot possibly focus on these cameos for longer than like 2 seconds each, right? So we know that these cameos aren't really going to affect the plot in any way, right? It's going to be for the sake of nostalgia, like I said earlier, with a plot that don't make any sense and probably doesn't have to make sense, since they can just use the multiverse explainer to retcon anything they want to do differently in the future. People already were talking about how y'all should have just left Wolverine at Logan, because that's one of the best movies ever, best superhero movies ever. And the best ending ever for a hero ever. Y'all should just left it at that. People are talking about that. But I think Marvel, Disney, whatever, is at this place where it's like, girl, we know if we put certain names on it, Hugh Jackman name on it, that we're going to print money. So just give him whatever how many millions dollars he want to come show up to set, and we're going to print money, instead of just like, all right, after Endgame, y'all should have ditched all this shit and started something from scratch. This is ridiculous. So yeah, Deadpool, at least on the surface, from the trailers I'm seeing, from the advertisements, from the marketing, Deadpool on the surface is giving me very much Love and Thunder. Like, the movie seems like it's gonna be one big ass joke that everyone gonna get tired of. After Ant-Man Quantumania, Love and Thunder, like I said, y'all are swimming up, MCU is swimming upstream with my ass. Like, for real, y'all are swimming upstream. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, ain't gonna fool me again. What did George Bush say? Like, I am approaching all of MCU stuff, all of Marvel stuff this year with caution until y'all can prove me wrong, babes. Because after Endgame, y'all should have just erased the dry erase board and started from scratch. And okay, let me talk about this Captain America Brave New World. First of all, if you've been following my channel for, half a day, you would know that whenever it comes to powers or heroes and powers should always go together. If you are a superhero, you need to have super powers. I'm never here for no pedestrian ass heroes. You better have some cool powers if you're fighting on the field. If not, you need to stay your ass at headquarters and keep us updated on the comms, girl. I'm looking at you, Batman. I'm looking at you, Hawkeye. I'm looking at you, Captain America. Y'all gonna say, oh, well, he juiced up. He got the serum, whatever shit he got. That don't count. That don't count. I'm so sorry. That ain't powers to me. Very pedestrian. So I wasn't here for Steve Rogers' frisbee throwing ass like that, and I definitely wasn't here for Falcon and his mechanical flying machine. Just lame as hell, no powers having ass heroes. Now I already told y'all that I was tired. I was already tired of Sam Wilson when at the end of his Disney Plus show, Cishet and the Cishet Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, he was standing in the middle of the street trying to preach to U.S. politicians. I think he was trying to preach to some U.S. senator or something. I'm like, yo, y'all are so... These politicians don't give a damn. Yo, black ass preaching in front of their... So that's how they used his character. I was already over it. And then now with this new Captain American trailer, I was like, wow, so this tap dancer then tap danced his way straight into the White House. In the trailer, the White House wants to use new Captain America, Sam Wilson, whatever, as a weapon for the government. And then when Sam hears that, Sam gonna talk about what happens when I disagree with the government on how a particular situation should be handled. And in my head, I was like, Sam, what the hell do you think is going to happen? You ain't got no powers. You are a black replacement for someone who was just a big advertisement for America to begin with in the first place. Like, girl, they're going to sun the hell out of you if you try to disagree with them or do something it's the American government, girl. What do you think? So I was like, girl, y'all got this man preaching in the street to these politicians. Now he in the White House asking dumbass questions, talking about what are y'all going to do to me if I disagree with the U.S. government? What do you think is going to happen? The same thing that happens to everybody else who disagrees with the U.S. government, tries to go against the U.S. government. It's just so corny, like, girl. And then for them to put so many on-the-nose things in the trailer was so... Like, the president is telling Sam Wilson, you're not Steve Rogers. You'll never be... What do you say? You might be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers. And then Sam Wilson's like, girl, I know. I was just like, oh, brother. I am too gay to care about these straight men that ain't got no powers. Like, that's what I already told y'all that. And so for y'all not to even be coming hard with this shit, it's just like, I don't know. I'm just too gay. And speaking of gay, the only thing coming out of the MCU that might get me going is Agatha All Along, the Disney Plus show that will apparently be coming along during Halloween season. I just have to see how they're going to treat Wiccan. Like, I just need to see what they're going to do with that, because I think how they treating the Young Avengers is going to be, like, make or break for this. I heard, though, that they're casting for Hulkling. That's just a rumor, but I was wondering where his ass was, especially since we basically have seen all the Young Avengers except him. I was like, okay. But yeah, the Agatha trailer looks fun, like lots of magic, lots of powers. They're already teasing Wanda coming back, probably in the last 5 minutes of the last episode or something. Y'all know how they do. But yeah, Agatha, it does look fun. It does look fun. But like I've said, Marvel has fooled me before where something looks fun, the trailer looks fun, it's fun to look at. But when we get to the plot and the actual story, everything is a convoluted mess. So yeah, I just really want them to deliver. Like I said, I think that Agatha has the most hope when it comes to something that I'm going to watch, when it comes to something that I'm going to actually be engaged in. But like, when I'm talking about the MCU as a whole, I'm just like, they have not been gagging me. They have not been giving it. They have not been serving it. They have not been doing it. They ain't been. And so I want to be wrong about Deadpool. I want to be wrong about Captain America, but I don't think I will be. I don't think I will be. Either way, let me know what you think about all this. Love you so much, and I will catch y'all later. Peace. All right, y'all, make sure that you're going to www.zeraxia.com. When you join the wait list there on the site, you will be the first to be notified when I drop my sequel. Also, you'll immediately get chapter 1 of my upcoming sequel of the upcoming book sent to your email as a PDF. So check that out. Also, this is a different excerpt from my upcoming book, so you definitely want to pause to read if you're trying to get your life. Keep in mind that this upcoming book, the sequel, is following up the first book that is already released called Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King. I released it a few years ago. It was my introduction to writing. fantasy and stuff. So just go easy on me. But either way, as you can see here, it's given 4.9 stars. It's given 4.9 stars. So yeah, check out Zoraxia Wrath of the God King while you wait for Zoraxia The Vengeance of Cold Wind, right? And go to Zoraxia.com, sign up, join the wait list, get your free chapter. Thank you so much.